Okay, hey, I want to get into it. I want to talk about meditation, intuition, knowing, and vision. Those are the topics that go together. If you want to find out more and you want to find out my visions, you want to find out about the knowing, you want to find out everything that I just mentioned, keep watching because this is important for you if you're into that. So, no further ado, I'll tell you. Okay, I know you're waiting. I'm right now, right now. I'll tell you about it. Okay, I am gonna be getting into it. I will first talk about visions. I want to mention that when Jesus was alive, he was able to see visions. He was able to know things before it was going to happen. He knew that he was going to be betrayed. He knew that he had to go on the cross and to save us from sins. He did it. And I'm going to tell you, have you thought why Jesus did everything he did? Why Jesus went on the cross? Why Jesus helped all these people? Why Jesus? A lot of the things, haven't you thought of like, why would he do that? Why would he? I'm going to tell you, he has love. The love he has for us, he did it for us. He helped so many people. He helped so many people just seeing their faces, just being content over things that he's done to help people and just seeing their faces that he's happy that he's helped so many. That's what I got when I see the visions of the situations that um, he went through and why he did what he did and to save us, the love he has for us. When they put him on the cross and he said, forgive them. They do what they don't know. It's just like saying they did these things to put him on the cross, but they did it. They don't know what they're doing. They didn't know that he was Jesus. They didn't know that he was our savior, that he was going to help us, that he was brought down to guide us. He was brought down to help us from sin. And from now, everybody knows who Jesus is and people pray to him. I want to read something for you because it's a lot of the situation that Jesus was in, that he was gossiped about, he was laughed at, they didn't believe in him. And I am going to read Psalms 54 because it's a situation that is important because a lot of people go through situations and people have to have hope. Okay, save me, O God, by your name and vindicate me by your strength. Hear my prayer, O God. Give ear to the words of your mouth. For strangers have risen up against me, and oppressors have sought after my life. They have not set God before them. Behold, God, in my prayer. The Lord is with those who uphold my life. He will repay my enemies for their evil. Cut them off in your truth. I will freely sacrifice to you. I will praise your name, O Lord, for it is good. For he delivered me out of all troubles, and my eyes has seen its desire upon my enemies. So Jesus was vindicated. He was say prosecuted, Jesus was condemned for death. And this situation was that he had to go through what he had to go through. But a lot of people now have been accused of things, have been in situations that people have lied, that people have said, you did this, and they have not. Well, this is the word of the Lord, that a lot of people are going to be helped by God. And if you've been condemned to injustice, your justice is going to prevail. You are going to triumph in the situation no matter what, because this is the word of the Lord. The word that just because Jesus went through something doesn't mean that you're going to be condemned. You will pass. You will triumph. You will be empowered. You will prevail. So this is the word. Whatever situation that you are going through, you have to take the Bible and pray to God and leave it in his hands. Pray to him and leave it in his hands. You want to have that empowerment. You want to prevail. When you are by yourself and you do not look for God and you do not pray to him, there are situations in your life that you know, besides not praying to God, you have to take the time and pray. If you don't have a Bible, get one. If you don't, for whatever reason, if you don't have the Bible at hand, pray. Pray the prayers that you know. Go online, pray. There's no reason for you not to pray. There's no reason for you not to look for God. You have, if you have the cross, pray. Put it on you. Pray the rosary. Pray. Take the time to pray. Take the time to tell God, I praise you. I love you. Because everything that we have, look upon the world. Look upon the things that we have. We have earth. We have trees. We have the sun. We have somewhere to live. Many of you don't have a car. Some of you have a bike. Many of you have a job. Think about the things that you already have and appreciate the things that you already have. God has given it to us. If many of you are tired of the situation that you're in, look for a different career. Look for something different, because God puts things in your path. It's the knowing. It's your intuition. Follow through. When you start seeing signs, you see a feather or you see a word somewhere where you're walking, you have to go with your intuition and follow with that, because that's like God telling you, let me do this, let me do that. It's just a little word. It says change. You might be walking and you see a sign that says change. Change will come to you. Or that's God telling you, change your life. Do something different. Because you can't expect to be sitting all the time and not to get something to come to you. You have to push yourself and go out there and get what you want. So I'm going to go back with the vision. I created a video before. I think I said too much because not many of you believe in visions, and I don't know how you would take it, but remember, Jesus was alive. He was able to see visions. He was able to know things and how he was going to be betrayed, and a lot of the things that was possible for him. Remember, some people have the gift of sight. Some people have certain things that they know. I had a vision of what did you want to know? Okay, I'm gonna tell you. The vision I had was, I seen a president it's gonna come further, not now, but that president. If you thought Trump was hard, this one is worse. I see war, and I think it's gonna be one of like the worstest presidents that we're gonna have. This president is gonna be one of the bad ones. I see him light skinned male in a suit, but it's just the fact that war. There's gonna be war with this president. It's gonna be bad. I'm seeing from here to another country, and right now it's it hasn't happened yet. But I know a lot of you are gonna regret having that president. And I also seen a plane flying in the air and coming down, and I seen that explosion. It's like it lost control, and I saw that and fell the plane. But sometimes you can't change destiny when something is supposed to happen, but you can change a situation. So when you have a knowing and you have to go with your intuition, if someone tells you, hey, let's go here, and you do not want to go, that's God telling you, don't go. And the outcome, something bad could happen. So if you're home and you're already in bed, don't go out. There's always a chance that something bad is going to happen when you're already in bed. And someone says, hey, let's go out. You never know if you get into an accident. You always have to stay home. Don't let nobody push you to do something that you don't want to do. It's like peer pressure. Come on, but come on, but come on. No. Go with your gut intuition and do not go. Don't go because sometimes a bad situation will happen. You don't want it to happen. It could be you're at the wrong place at the wrong time and someone wants to fight you, or you get into an accident, or someone confuses you for something else for someone else, and then you go to jail for someone else's fault. Just try to avoid a situation and just don't go. When you have that intuition, you have a gut feeling, just don't go. Don't say I'm tired, I don't feel well, whatever it is. You have to say a white lie or whatever. Just don't go. I feel like some of you have to praise God and just look for God. I'm telling you, take the time to pray and read the Psalms in the Bible, read certain parts of the Bible. I remember when my cousin passed away, everybody always reads the Psalms 23, and it's just a part that people choose in the Bible for. Let me go to it right now, and I have to wear glasses because these words look too small. And let me get to it. I will find it. This is 23. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He makes me to lie down in the green pastures. He leads me beside the still waters. He restores my soul. He leads me to the paths of the righteousness for his name's sake. Yeah. Through I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. You prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies. You anoint my head with oil. My cup runs over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life. I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. Amen. This is a prayer people choose a lot of times when people pass away. It's just the afterlife and just a peaceful prayer people choose. And I feel like when a person passes, you feel that emptiness and you feel the sorrow, the pain. But remember, the person passes and they die, but the soul, the spirit comes out. Many of you believe it or not, but I do believe in that. And as me being more spiritual, because I've always had the knowing, I always had with the intuition and visions, and since a while. So I tend to have sometimes experiences, spiritual experiences. I don't want it, but it happens. But there is afterlife, and when people die or a person dies, their spirit comes out of their body, and some may see, you know, when a person dies, the funeral where, you know, they go to their funeral, they see us. You can't see them, but they can see us. So it's like sometimes spirits stay in the realm of the living, and some of them go up to heaven, and they're there. There are, I believe, different levels when your soul, your spirit comes out, and what you do not see, you do not know. So whatever's on the other side is not what you think. What you think is not, there's things that you don't see that are not normal on the other side, and some are, because it's spiritual, it's on the other side. So as well there's there good, there is evil. So there's good spirits, there's bad spirits, there's things, evil, demonic stuff you don't see. So when you're alive, just appreciate what you have, appreciate your life, appreciate the knowing, the things you know. Like when a family member passes away, we cry and cry because we miss them. But why do we miss them? Because of all the memories we've created with them. But remember, they're not with us, but spiritually, their spirit passed on to the next life, and they see us as, you don't see them, but they're there. If they stay in the plane of the living, or they go to heaven. But remember that um, they have to move on, because they can't stay with us, because it's their time to go. Even though we love the person when they were alive, but we just have that memory, which is just the loss of just not having them there anymore, because we miss them, because it was just the memories we created. But think of the good memories you created with that person when they were alive. It's just the wonderful things, even though there was some headaches that you may have with that person, but you know what, it's still memories, and that's what's important. And just remember that. Just think of the funny and the mean and the, situation, but it's just the thought of the memories, just to remember. It's the best thing, just to have that moment. I want to talk about the knowing where you sense maybe something, and and it could be a spirit around you. It could be you know something is gonna happen, but you don't know what, or you sense someone is gonna betray you. There's always something. Just go with your intuition, and you always gotta follow. And even if you don't know what it is, have God guide you. Say, God, please guide me. Let me know what it is, and just meditate. Half the time, you might get an idea, you might get something, a reason, or whatever it is. God is guiding you. You have to follow with that. Follow with your intuition. Follow with what you know. Follow with what you feel. Because God will not put you in the wrong path. You put yourself in the wrong path. You have to follow the right direction. Don't curve. Don't let nobody curve you to the wrong direction, because a lot of people don't have that good intention. Meditating. When you meditate, you will see like a light, not a light, but the color of white. So when you meditate, close your eyes right now and breathe in slowly and exhale slowly. So it would be like this. Breathe in, and you breathe out. So you do that 4 times, breathing in, breathing out, until you do the fourth one. And just continuously have your eyes closed. You will start seeing colors. You might see the white one first, then it will go to pink, then possibly like a purplish color. When you start seeing the colors moving around, and that's the chakra colors, you start seeing the colors. You might see shapes, you might see trees, you might see a place. You will you can see animals. You will see animals. You might see a lion, a bear, depending, a wolf, whatever you're connected to, you will see. You can see someone, a person. You can see bird. You can see lights. It's just a location. It's just whatever you see. If you keep meditating, you might be able to interact with what you're seeing, because after you've been meditating, it starts moving around. But you might see a person and they look at you, they interact with you. I seen a vision. This happened to me. I seen a vision of a guy. He had dreads. His hair was like this, dark skin. He was sitting in a chair as I was walking in. It was like an event or a place where there was a lot of people. I saw him sitting in a chair. He looked at me, and it's like we had that eye contact. And I looked at him. And as the vision was there, the vision left. Then another day, I had another vision, but it was the same guy as I saw in that chair. Then I was walking, and I seen him in a white car. He looked at me, he waved at me, and as soon as the vision left, and then I didn't see him anymore. So it's like that connection, that time, that situation that happened, but I never really bothered to try to see it again, because since I didn't know the person, it didn't matter to me. But I did see that person twice. And that was two different visions, two different times, different days. And it's possible to see the same person. And why? I didn't go to find out why, because there's no sense. But there was a connection there. And you might see people, depending, you might see stuff. Wait, animals are barking. Okay, you might see stuff that are not out of this world, depending on your connection. I'm not going to go into details with that, because many of you believe, maybe of you don't. But the other vision I saw was a man, a light-skinned guy. He had a hoodie on his head, a black hoodie, and he looked at me. He had these blue eyes. Of course, it's not common that you see, especially on a vision. I don't usually see a guy with blue eyes, but I did. He looked at me, and then as he looked at me, the vision went away. So if you connect more, you start seeing people, you start seeing animals, you start seeing places, and you might be able to hear what they're saying. You might see them interacting. You might interact, depending on if you want to interact, if you want to talk back to whatever you're seeing. But it depends on the level of how open you are and how you can connect, and your connection with God and the meditation you do. So if you meditate, you will be able to connect and see, depending if you believe, and just keep doing that. And also don't forget to have closeness with God, as I do, because it's good. It's good to do that. It's good to have that. I have very open to that, and many of you are, many of you are not, but I am. It's good to be connected to the Bible and to God, Jesus, and to whatever you want to connect to. But it's good to connect and just have the knowing, your intuition, and God is always there. All you got to do is pray. You meditate. You are open to the other side. If you can connect through your mind, you can connect to people, you can connect to the other side, you can do a lot. It depends on you, how you connect, how open you are, and how are you willing to connect. And you can create change in your life depending on if you want to change. But remember, depending on you is how you change your life. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and to click on the notification bell when I'm on, and leave a comment if you want to know anything about this, you want to discuss about visions, meditation, about the knowing. You have to be tapped into more to be able to connect. If depending on you, if you see visions, the meanings, there's dreams you might connect, there's things you might see in a dream that it's like deja vu. A lot of the times that happens. Don't forget to share this video for those of you who have like more involvement with the knowing, the meditation, the connection, the vision. I don't talk about this often because not a lot of people know about this side. Maybe if you do, but I don't talk about this because not a lot of people know. So I've just, brought it up a little bit. And, you know, when you want to connect, to know things, always be open with God. Always, you know, pick the right path, and you'll pick the right path. It depends on you. So please share this video, like, subscribe, and thanks for watching, and bye for now.